The days of animated cursors, GeoCities, Newgrounds, and Club Penguin are over. Now we have every social media being the same, algorithms, and Elon Musk. Somewhere, the internet, which used to be a place of expression and exploration, became boring and run by capitalism. I know this more than anyone. I used to work for Meta, and I am a full-time content creator. As someone who makes a living off the modern internet, I am intimately aware of how much it really sucks. So let's take a trip down memory lane from the best era of the internet to now. What I loved most about the early web is how freeing it felt. The rise of early YouTubers felt organic and fresh. When Tyler Oakley, who was one of the biggest creators of the early 2010s, started making videos, he only did so to keep in touch with his high school friends. Popularity was an accident. Compare that to now, with creators like Mr. Beast, who make 100 thumbnails to cycle between per video and spend millions of dollars. Now that content creation is a business, I find a lot of videos stale, repetitive, and some straight up problematic. Back then, people posted their personal lives to LiveJournal and Zanga. Yes, it was cringy, but we were free. I had my own blog where I shared my favorite music, thoughts on life, and old photos. It didn't matter that no one read it. It was my way of making my mark on the internet. Now, posting and getting few views is seen as embarrassing. It's even led to a whole new genre of hustle accounts teaching you the secret behind viral videos, why aren't you making X amount of money per month, and offering expensive courses. When the internet became run by algorithms, everything got worse. The goal of algorithms is not to boost the best videos that add value to our lives. The goal is to keep us on the app. When I worked at Meta, we were always talking about increasing our active users and experimenting in any way we could to get more people on the app for longer. Thus, the videos that rise the algorithm are the ones that make us stay on the app, good or bad. I watched this insightful talk by Karen X. Chang, who put it like this. You're scrolling on TikTok and you see a video of a car crash. That is quite attention-grabbing. You watch it until the end because you're shocked, concerned, or just morbidly curious. Because the algorithm values watch time, now it thinks that you like car crashes. This is why videos with controversial takes become popular. This is why videos where people are a menace in public become popular. They hold your attention because you can't help but keep watching when you see someone being an embarrassment. It's also why people are becoming more extremist in their beliefs. The algorithm shows content you like or watch, which means opinions you agree with, and now people are more stuck in their views than ever. Because of the algorithm, I have come across creative, inspiring videos, but more often than not, I watch slop. After a TikTok watching session, I usually don't feel better afterwards. I barely remember the videos I watched. Sure, one or two may stick, but most of it blends together. My emotional state when watching TikToks is always on extremes. One moment I'm crying to a hopecore video, the next I'm enraged watching a bad political take, then I'm insecure because why can hot people do nothing and still get views? If you're also frustrated with how the internet is now, I created something for people like us. Lily's World XD, a psychological horror game about investigating a young girl's computer. In it, I recreate AIM, old social media websites, cringy blogs, chain emails, glitter text, and more. You solve a dark internet mystery about a teenager. And fun fact, that teenager uses real photos of me when I was a teenager. If you want to re-experience the early web, or at least my version of it, please wishlist Lily's World XD on Steam as it supports me a lot as an independent developer. Before the internet became a place to make money, people posted for the pure fun of it. Back then, there was GeoCities, which made it easy for people to post websites on the web. It gave people a sense of community and self-expression. The aesthetics of the time were loud and colorful, the complete opposite of the current graphic design trend of minimalism. Now, there's a huge pressure to post idealized, curated versions of yourself. There's pressure to turn your hobbies into side hustles through social media. People will go to any length to commercialize their life, and some go way too far. There was even a recent Netflix documentary about the dark rise of kid influencers, how parents will sacrifice the well-being of their child so they can become famous and rich. One of the most infamous examples of kid influencing gone wrong is YouTube channel 8 Passengers, led by Ruby Frank, a family vlogger who neglected her kids for profit. She had 2.5 million subscribers, but she also didn't feed her kids. She sent her kids to abusive wellness camps and covered her kids' injuries with duct tape. It even led to her going to prison for aggravated child abuse. Obviously, this is an extreme example, but we still see creators using their kids for profit all the time, and these channels are being celebrated. The modern internet rewards attention-seeking behavior. I should note, I'm probably the biggest hypocrite of this argument because I make money on the internet. Posting videos has allowed me to pursue my dream of being a game developer, and I will always be grateful for the community the modern internet has given me. But I think because I am so intimately aware of what it takes to be a content creator, I know its pitfalls too. Every video you've seen of me has a strategy. If there's a clip where I'm smiling, sometimes I will film that clip 20 times in a row because I know a more attractive shot of me will get more viewers. I've had to turn down tens of thousands of dollars in brand deals from companies who are trying to automate creativity in favor of profit. I would be a lot richer if I said yes to all of these brand deals. And I can't lie, it does hurt saying no. For my time at Meta, I got a peek into one of the pillars of the modern internet. One of my biggest frustrations with working there was the emphasis on metrics. The app needs to make money, so it totally makes sense to change features that encourage more user interaction. On the other hand, features that led to a worse user experience were kept in or implemented anyway for the sole purpose of metrics. Social media apps are increasingly becoming homogenous, and I saw that with Instagram experimenting with features that became popular in other apps. All the big companies copy each other, and it's led to a more disappointing web. With the modern internet, I think it's more important than ever to support independent creators who are making work you believe in. The internet was better when there was community around creators, ideas, and interests we enjoyed, not whatever the algorithm shows us. The internet sucks, but we can engage with the parts that bring us joy and inspiration. Again, if you like the early web, please wishlist Lily's World XD on Steam. It's got some of the quirk and personality of the internet I so dearly miss. If you like internet mysteries or being a cringe teenager, please wishlist as it helps me out so much. I have a free newsletter that goes into more of my development. You can follow my other socials. I will see you in the next one.